Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Ok.
Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Vecchia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Molto molto bello comunque come anche che usano queste pedine qua, veramente piacevole, cioè secondo me è ben fatto. Oh sì, hanno sbloccato le taglie, non so se è un bene o male perché potrei passare diverse ore adesso e il bancone di 8 è aperto a fare le taglie. Nuove funzioni. Sono ora disponibili le seguenti funzioni del rifugio: rapporti dei collaboratori, sussurro del patrono, bacheca di caccia. Tutti e tre si trovano vicino a 8 nella mensa. Ok. Il completamento delle missioni secondarie farà guadagnare ok, fama e a Clive, ispirando benefattori senza nome provenienti da tutti i gemelli a donare denaro o oggetti alla sua causa. Visita Desiree al sussurro del patrono nella mensa del rifugio per visualizzare il livello di fama attuale e accettare eventuali donazioni disponibili. Ok, interessante, interessante. Una fama da salotto. La vostra impetuosa banda di fuorilegge e le sue eroiche imprese sono sulla bocca di tutte le dame di corte. Abbiamo raccolto per voi diversi oggetti di valore affinché la vostra galanteria possa avere seguito. Rispetto. Il nostro ordine si fonde sull'orgoglio, ma ciò che non significa che siamo troppo orgogliosi per ringraziare quando è dovuto. Potremmo aver deluso Marta una volta, ma non accadrà mai più. Ok, addirittura mai più. Un meteorite, wow, cioè, questo è, cioè, è scandalosa come... E poi ha un nome un po' particolare.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Certo no, lo sapevo già ed è per questo che mi serve il tuo aiuto. Non devo certo ricordarti, Kupo, che sono il più potente di tutti i Muguri. Neanche... Nessun demone della foresta o spettro del verde può misurarsi con Nectar, l'audace Kupo. Non lo permetterò.
Right.
Ho bisogno che tu li uccidi tutti. C'è.
Leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, chiede la caccia, vabbè. Esamina la bacheca di caccia. Vediamo se ci sono dei nemici sopra il nostro livello. Potremmo anche fare del level up abbastanza semplicemente. Oppure semplicemente trovare un po' di sfida nella cosa. La bacheca di caccia e le segnalazioni di mostri che terrorizzano le campagne vengono affisse sulla bacheca di caccia nella speranza che eroi senza paura come Clive si prendano l'incarico di stanare e uccidere i bersagli ricercati. La quest non è niente di che. Ah, ma no, non posso accettarla, semplicemente devo andare lì. Ma no, scusami, ma no, è scomodissima questa cosa. Devo cercare dov'è. Posizione Vista Chiar Sambrecchie e Elsa Infranta. Questo c'è un nome, invece se non altro qua c'è un'immagine che rappresenta il nemico. Vicino a Pozza Orientale. No, uso l'anello del Berserk. Ah, ok, l'anello del Berserk ho visto, ma ancora non posso fare le taglie perché ho il mondo bloccato. Di conseguenza non credo. Adesso devo andare per forza qua, non posso fare altro. Mi piacerebbe poter fare le taglie, ma no, ho capito comunque. L'ho appena sbloccato, cioè l'ho appena visto nello shop. Ciao, sono entrato per salutare che se non entro è perché non c'è Genshin né Nick. Non ti preoccupare, Top Vegan.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that
Che queste cose è meglio lasciare
these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Legami di sangue.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Oh, che bello.
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mi fa ridere perché dicono dobbiamo sbrigarci e nel frattempo io sono qua che la prendo con calma, esploro bene, mi guardo attorno. Oh, abbiamo appena fatto il level up. Oh, non ho controllato la mappa com'è. Ah, verso destra mi sto avvicinando direttamente all'obiettivo. Quello che faccio sempre un po' di difficoltà con la con la camera.
Just the one of you,
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right. I heard you the first time.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself. That's a fair old scar you got there, by the way. How'd you get it?
Sono più dell'idea dell'hardware.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Mi dispiace Jet, non ho la più pallida idea di che cosa sia. Ciao Fabio, come
Greetings,
va?
friend. We are travelers.
Adesso sono arrivati tutti e due, Fabio.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way.
Allora, certo Fabio.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Ok, sì, questa zona qua.
Will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ho fatto un po' di combattimenti e mi sono praticamente svuotato di pozioni e punti vita, perché avevo fatto un level up proprio poco prima.
Ever since the apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Dicela. Beh, anche Sid aveva una bella voce, devo dire. Ops. Meraviglia. Guarda qua. Pyros, l'abbiamo già incontrati, Chi magari se l'era perso, ma li avevamo già incontrati i Pyros. Stavo cercando di risolvere, scusatemi.
Blood, Clive.
E anche tanto. E che cavolo. Non può essere umano. O di quante persone sono?
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Ah, ho capito. Sì, comunque mi fa ridere queste persone, no? Che giustamente si credono fortissimi, ma non sanno che noi siamo Icon. Cioè, se sapessero che siamo Icon, no? Si spaventerebbero a morte, immagino. No, si sta curando? Ok, c'è un curatore qua. Devo far fuori il curatore. Non so se ce n'è un altro di curatore. Comunque Fabio sì, ho capito. L'errore che ho fatto io.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Sì, ma l'altra Garuda non deve fare tanti danni, deve distruggere il morale. Il morale è come lo scudo, no? Perciò tutto sommato fa il suo ruolo anche il Garuda. Però non mi fa impazzire, perché per l'appunto ha delle abilità lunghe e di conseguenza mi lascia scoperto. Però no, richiede del tempo. Giustamente te arrivi lì, schiacci X invece di aprire salta.
Find something, boy. Death.
Oddio, preparatevi un'altra scena.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Ok, se odiavamo nostra madre, adesso decisamente molto di più.
We can't leave them here like this.
Come fai
We
se...
won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Fammi vedere se si vede qualcosa
We should stop at the main
all'interno.
gate and see where that gets us.
Sembra che non ci sia un movimento, cioè sembra proprio abbandonato come posto. Ci sono anche proprio l'erba incolta, edera ovunque. Ah, hanno messo anche delle casse, qualcosa per evitare che qualcuno entrasse. Prima o poi torneranno utili tutti questi oggetti che stiamo raccogliendo. Almeno spero.
Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, good enough for
Fuck off! And the shameless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we'd be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned.
Già, sembra povero e abbandonato.
As long as it is abandoned.
Ci sarà massimo qualche creatura, perché la... Luce nell'oscurità.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
We numbered 6 when we left our village. 2 died on the road. Another passed just last night. I worry I might be next.
Secondo me si erano abituati fin troppo. Eccolo qua, no? Vedi che c'è il fuoco. Si erano abituati fin troppo bene con i cristalli.
They've sold their souls for the promise of a warm bed. Not that I can blame them. The Empire's left us nothing.
Dei drop? O l'esperienza, drop esperienza. Basta così poco? Bene.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Dai, che non è un problema per noi. Non volevo usare quello. L'esperienza non riuscite a vedere così però.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Sì, è lui! Come che si chiamava? Wade?
Forgive me, my lord.
Wade, sì.
I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Bene, abbiamo ammazzato dei nostri alleati.
Really is you.
It is. So wait.
can speak inside.
Vabbè, questa è una cosa un po' strana. Abbiamo appena ucciso un po' di loro. Sì, tranquillo.